Hello, this is Ohfour Mouse. I'm doing another commentary on this drawing I did. Right now you're seeing the initial ideas. Wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to draw. This idea was from a Minecraft server, which different YouTubers all play on together. And this is based off of one YouTuber called Iskall85. And right now on the server, they're playing a game where the winner will be the last person alive, and if you die, you're out. So Iskall got pranked into wearing a dragon mob head that has curse of binding on it. And the only way you can take off a curse of binding item is with dying, which you can't do in this game. And it just looked ridiculous on him. And he was wearing like a Wizard of Oz Dorothy skin at the time. And it was just a really hilarious moment. And it was kind of like, yeah, I wanted to draw something for this. I wasn't really sure what exactly I wanted to draw. I had a idea of a Minecraft dragon with Iskall's mechanical eye that he has, but I wasn't really sure what to do more from that. You'll see here doing pretty loose sketch of just the body and the arms. Wasn't sure exactly what I wanted it to look like. I had references of dragon wings and the Minecraft picture of his avatar and profile picture. But yeah, just went pretty loose. Did a little figure drawing, which is where you draw one line to kind of shape out what you want the thing to look like, and did that here with. It works better on things like dragons and things with long flowing tails. It makes it more kinetic and more flowing kind of thing. Here I'm drawing his green suit. I was gonna have him wear a green suit to start with, but I sketched that all out, and it was when it started lighting, I thought a bit more. It's I think it would be a bit funnier if he was in his Wizard of Oz Dorothy outfits that he was wearing at the time of that prank happened. So I just kind of ignored that and just drew the dress as I was lining it instead of the suit I spent an hour on. But, looks funny, different. This was a different thing of me kind of draw. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone because I usually just draw furry art all the time, and that's fun. There's a lot you can do with that, for sure, and I do enjoy that a lot. But I like just getting out and doing something weird or different. And this is kind of weird. This is a weird pull to draw. And I was drawing another comic and watching Hermitcraft, the YouTube series, when I saw this happen, and I was just alright, let's draw that instead. I wanted to get it out. I wanted to finish it. And, I still haven't finished that comic I was working on at the time. I kind of just focused on this for a while. It spent a few days, less than a week, doing all this on and off. And I was kind of sick for a few days, and that cut in my time. That is what it is. I my kind of schedule is I want to get something done, like a big project or just a project of drawing or something done every 2 weeks or so. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes projects go long or something, but it's a rough timetable I keep. I was gonna have him hold a sword or something, but then I decided on a trident. It would kind of fill out the space better and look a bit more interesting than a sword over his shoulder or something, and was easier to draw. It wasn't really easier, it's just felt better with the composition of how he was positioned, I guess. And I added a Totem of Undying, which I'm using a lot in the game of Demise, where you can't die, and Totem of Undying helps a lot with that. And here I started coloring and everything. The black, black on the inner dragon is kind of hard to shade. I did a few different experiments of how I wanted it to actually look. You'll see coming up, I tried really bright purple for the line and pitch black for the dragon, but didn't really like how that turned out. So I just kind of experimented around with different things before I settled on how it ended up looking. Wasn't really excited or happy with how it looked, but I just keep working on it, drawing on it, keep improving it a bit by bit, and eventually you'll be oh, this actually looks pretty good. At least I think it looks good. And hopefully, if you're watching this video, you'll like it, or at least be interested in my process, I guess. Like right there, I shrunk down the head a bit. I always like draw the heads too big. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard with like furry or anthro characters because their head is a bit bigger than a human head with like the snout and the fluff and everything. But like how much bigger is too big or too chippy? Yeah, subjective, of course. And here I'm experimenting with shading, how I wanted it to look. I eventually settled on like a lighter gray for the base and like pitch black for shadows, and then like pitch black for the line art. And I do like how that turned out. There's a bit back and forth of different experiments and things of how I wanted it to look. Like in a minute I'm gonna try with just like him giving a thumbs up with no trident, but I didn't like how that turned out, so I added that back in, doing some like shadows on the face and coloring in the dress with a few different layers of things. Like right there I added like a paper texture on the dress. Didn't end up keeping that, I don't think. But yeah, I do really like watching hermitcraft and watching Iskall. The people on that server, they put a lot of time into big builds and farms and redstone things and mini games for each other to play. A lot of time they put in there. It's a lot more than I would put in. But I do really enjoy watching them. Just like I enjoy watching like high-level speedrunners or something. It's just a level of talent or dedication I would never get to, but I still enjoy watching a lot. Here I'm trying to like experiment with the background. One thing you might notice a lot on my art is there's like a border around the whole thing with like the character on top of the border, and that just gives it like a bit of more depth, I guess. It's a kind of cheap way or kind of an easy way to make it look a bit more finished, I guess. If you have a really simple background and just put like a black border over everything, it does make it look a bit better, I think. I'm experimenting with the outline, what color I wanted the outline, and here I am zooming in the total all Iskall dragon thing, making it a bit bigger on the picture. You know, Sai like stuttered for a bit because it's trying to transform so many layers at once. But there's the finished piece. I added like the ruby red slippers, which is on his Dorthy skin. I added those at the last minute. But yeah, pretty happy with how this turned out. Added like a little end background with kind of a Sahara logo, which is part of an alliance he's part of. But yeah. I'll probably do more of these commentaries as long as I have something to talk about with what you're seeing. But I do enjoy them, and I hope you learned something or enjoyed this or something. So, thanks for listening. Goodbye.